So, folks, there was a bit of a protest event over the weekend on April 5th. Some groups came together and did some protests around the country. And it was a lot of protests around the country. It was 5051, Indivisible, numerous other grassroots organizations came together to organize one united day of protest in every state capital, in a lot of major cities, big and also smaller towns as well. But it was truly incredible. And I want to start out stream today by talking about this specifically because I think this is where people need to be putting their energy. People need to be putting their time and energy into this kind of event and organizing, largely because this is what's going to save us, folks.
I made the local news. Central Lille shout out for being angry. I feel genuine rage in this farm town. It's inspiring.
Heck yeah, Dare Dragon Warrior. Thank you for the $20 super chat, but it's true. People are angry. And I want to really emphasize that for the rest of what I'm going to be talking about tonight, I want you guys to keep this level of anger where people were at on April 5th, 2025. Keep that in mind, folks. Okay? Because things are not going to get better anytime soon, and people are just going to get angrier. And I want you to understand that as we continue forward, because this surpassed my expectations. The mass organizing surpassed what I thought it might turn out to be. And this is great. So here was Philadelphia opening. And of course, this was repeated all across the country. Here is Madison, Wisconsin, fresh off of kicking Elon Musk's ass in the state Supreme Court race. Look at that. Look at that. Just absolutely killing it. Like, shout out to Madison, right? You got Ukrainian flags, you got American flags, you got trans flags. You got some classic signs and some new ones. It's bad when the introverts are here. Frowny face. And yes, it is bad when the introverts are here. Do you know how much it takes for us to get out of our little cozy holes? A lot. Okay? Mithril, thank you for the being a member over on YouTube. Appreciate you. Okay? You got think pieces going up. My Trump-loving Massachusetts hometown just showed the hell up. Marshfield votes more red than Massachusetts does overall, but their massive protest on Saturday suggests Trump might be changing that. And dog.
Even my rural red state protest had a bunch of people show up. I tried to hide my power level and was immediately humbled by old ladies openly Fed posting.
Yeah.
People really are pissed as hell.
Yeah, people are pissed, guys. Yeah, here, in 2016, then Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton decisively won the state in her face-off against President Donald Trump, earning nearly 61% of the vote. But in Marshfield, a suburb of 25,000 people located about 30 miles south of Boston, where I spent my childhood before moving to New York City about a decade ago, the race went almost exactly down the middle. Clinton won 47.5% of the town, Trump won 47%. And then it went majority for... 47% of the town voted for him, 51% voted for Kamala Harris. But Yet here we got.
So I just left the Marshfield protest. It was way bigger than I and a lot of the attendees expected for a town that's a little bit more red than Massachusetts overall. But people were really concerned about such a wide variety of actions that Trump and Elon have taken, from the Doge cuts to attacks on Social Security, attacks on libraries and public education, the dismantling of USAID, attacks on women's health.
It's terrible. It's terrible. This world was built in 80 years. We've been creating this, fostering this relationship with other countries that we want to keep.
I am here because somebody has to stand up for the way our country is being destroyed.
I came because I don't want them to take away the Social Security that we already paid.
Jesus.
Stealing. We all paid already.
We've got norms, we've got laws, and he's just disregarding them, and it doesn't seem like there's any oversight right now. I mean, where are the Republicans? Where's the outrage?
My daughter's actually graduating with a biomedical engineering major this May, and we need to save healthcare, but also, scientific research. I'm really, really concerned about RFK.
I grew up here, so it was definitely a level of engagement that I think speaks a lot to the discontent that we're seeing even in a more moderate town like this.
Follow the Constitution.
I mean, it's a level of engagement I don't think anyone has ever seen.
Follow the law
in the United States in recent memory.
On our rights. I mean, we're all Americans, and
you did hear the "What's a Girl to Do" jingle because I opened a link to an Imgur, and it didn't have the picture. Then I closed it, and then it triggered a YouTube video. Don't worry about it.
Believe it or not, everyone out here is fighting for everyone's rights, Republicans or Democrats.
I used to be proud to be an American. Now I am not.
And a lot of people are really angry, guys. A lot of people. And hoi polloi, thank you very, very much for the $5 dono. I tried to look at your link, but unfortunately it is not functional. You can try it again, of course. Yes. We got people turning out to protests, even though it's all rainy and sad. People still getting out there in Dayton, Ohio. Folks, it's all still happening. See if maybe I can I fix this? Can I fix the Imgur link? No. All right. Cool. Here. Let's try it. JPG. There we go. Look at that. Local hands-off protests on Saturday, holding the hands-off USDA school lunch sign, leaning over because the tall guy decided to stand in front of me. Hell yeah, that's what I like to see. It's so cool seeing people come from all different walks of life to do something about this, Here is a turnout from St. Augustine, Florida, which is a town of 1,400 in a red county in, again, the state of Florida. And, well, a lot more people turning out to some of these than you would think. They literally had a Trump marionette ready to go for that one. That is a level of dedication that I don't know where it came from. Also, just some high quality signs. Look at that, these spaceships and shit. Y'all get so creative with your protest signs. It's Fire Rises IRL. It really is. It really is. So guys, and that's not even talking about New York City, okay? Here is a photograph of the protests. Fifth Avenue covered from 42nd Street well to the 20s. Nobody's prepared for this volume. Volunteers are holding the traffic on all on all the side streets. No police in sight. Just a colossal amount of people. I'm trying to find there was a really good video. It might have been this one. Yeah, here it is. Look at this. Just to give you guys an idea of how many people are out there. Look at that. Impressive as hell. Impressive as hell.
This weapon is to make you feel alone and isolated. These protests should shatter that message.
Exactly, Andrew S. I think that there is a change in the wind now. I think that people coming together, I think this is only going to get bigger. Shamaniacal the Shamanite, thank you for being a member for the last 5 months. Did your first injection on my own today. Congratulations. That's brave as hell. You got this. Seeing that is like having a cup of espresso. How invigorating, right? People are fighting all across this country. Here's a... Guys, this is taken from a protest in Vermont. Someone literally brought a pitchfork. Literally brought a pitchfork. People are aroused. I have never seen people so aroused. Right? The people are indeed aroused. But here's a North Carolina town. Okay, wanted to show this. Okay, this is the town of Bolivia, North Carolina, and it's a town of 227 people in North Carolina, and it looks like literally everyone in the town showed up. Like, damn. Oh, okay. People are going hard. That's so cool. Yeah, you guys are not alone in feeling angry as hell. You know, like, people are out there, they are gonna do their best to like stop this from happening. And the best way we can stop this from happening is to continue to organize and to make these protests constant and bigger. Constant and bigger. Okay, here's Utah. Utah, absolutely massive. In fucking Utah, guys, look at this. Look at this. I said this at a I said this on Blue Sky, but like if I were a Republican politician right now, I would be shitting myself. Not just about the size of these protests, but where the protests are taking place, where these are coming into being. Here is from Ohio, people turning out. People are angry. Here is Boston.
Democracy, hands up! Hands up! Our social justice, hands up! Hands up! We kind of be hands up! Hands up! Our people, hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands
up! Like, I don't think we're as cooked as people think we are. And like, I know things are bad and they are continuing to worsen. But as they continue to worsen, and they will, put your hope and your faith in this kind of organizing, because turning out en masse, making a gigantic hullabaloo, a stink about these different issues, it will make all the difference in the world. We're going to talk about different cases throughout the night of places where it made a difference and how organizing has helped and will continue to help. Here is the hands-off video from Indivisible that they put together. And I just gotta say, like, this is where we need to have our hope. This is where we need to understand our future is, because our future is not in Washington, D.C. It is in the hands of each and every one of us. It's in, you know, our heart and spirit of being American. And I know that sounds cringy as hell, but, like, we kind of gotta have a little bit of cringe as we go out there and we put ourselves in a position of vulnerability, because in that vulnerability we have strength with each other. We got people out there having fun, people out there making cringe signs that, you know, like, hey, they might not be the best, but it's yours. You know, it's your corner of cringe. Look at all these people turning out. And this is kind of the turning point here. This is where a lot of people in Washington, D.C., they look and they go, oh shit, I can hear the protesters outside of my office. I can hear how angry they are. I can see how they are going to react, and I don't want any of that smoke. They are eating the checks. They are eating the balances. Doge is in the wiring of our democracy and chewing it to pieces, and we are not happy about it. And so here we are to take a stand, and we're not going to stop. We're not going to back down. And they know that. They know they are incapable of making our situation better, and so they cower in their offices in Washington, D.C., and the problem is, this is a tide that is going to catch them. It's going to rise up. It's going to get them at the ballot box. It's going to get them when they're at a cafe somewhere trying to mind their own business like they're just one of us. But we know that they're not one of us because they're selling each and every one of us out. They are bullshitters, and we are tired of their bullshit. Absolutely up to here with it. And I just want you guys to take some hope from this, because they're not like us, but these people are. These are our people, not those folks in Washington, D.C. These are our people. And so we fight. And we're not alone around the world either. We've got people rooting for us in every corner of the globe. And so we owe it not just to ourselves, but to all of them too. Okay? We owe it to every single person that this administration has wronged, both inside of America and outside of America, and especially to those in El Salvador. We got to bring them home. So with that, folks, there is another protest coming up. Yes, April 19th. April 19th, folks. Mark it on your calendar. 5051 is organizing another round of protesting for April 19th. Put that on your calendars. I'm going to look and see if Indivisible has another follow-up protest. It looks like, at least, yeah, it looks like the next round of hands-off protests are April 12th. There are also going to be a 5051 protest on April 19th. And look, if you want to keep protesting, keep getting out there, keep being angry, not shut up, not stand down, you have opportunities, whether it's with Indivisible in your local area, or with Tesla Takedown, or with 5051. just make sure you're turning out with other folks, okay? We have the ability. We can make this happen. And I hope you'll all join me.
What's the jack to do? Organize with me and you. Our collective action will help to see us through. No, our hope isn't gone. Resist Trump and Elon. Oh, ooh, what's a jack to do?
Oh, ooh. Media breakdown. Thank you for the $20 super chat. I very much appreciate that. But folks, go over to Indivisible. You know, go take a gander at mobilize.us/indivisible. Okay. And here's a link in all of the chats. Here is a link to the April 19th organizing. Here we go. Here's 5051. And also, folks, keep in mind, keep turning out to those Tesla takedown events. They do make a difference. They are moving the needle. So let me post those links. Because, folks, we got so much going on. But never lose sight of the fact that you do have agency here. I know it might not feel like it. No, it might not feel like things are going great. But we do have the ability to try and push that needle. So let's take a quick look. I have just a couple more things to round out this segment. Okay? Because, folks, we're starting to see politicians get involved in this too. And we're starting to see these politicians say what has been blatantly obvious to those of us who've been paying attention for a very long time. And honestly, the fact that they are finally catching up, that's good. That's good news. It means they are finally ready to start taking this seriously. And I know that this is kind of some hollow gestures and words, but I think, you know, the open nature of those words matters a lot. Let's take a look here.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like. This is what it looks like.
Best sign from Rochester, New York was a septuagenarian guy with four
We've seen a lot of
Trump's face, Elon's face, a pair of pants, and a fire.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like. This is what it looks like.
You know, I'm glad that he's calling it fascism. Like, yeah, he did say the swear word, but like the big thing there is that he called it fascism. This idea is gaining more and more traction. They are fascists. Is it really what it looks like? Turning out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people to protest? Yeah.
OMG, is Trump the 100th level boss that pulls all together?
No. So that's where we're at, folks. Things are interesting as hell right now, but as we continue to organize, keep in mind, here are some numbers put together by Erica Chenoweth. She has been updating everything throughout the last several days. Last 2 or 3 months. Right? Since Trump's inauguration. Now, one might be forgiven for thinking that there has not been a whole lot of protesting against the Trump administration. Okay? However, you would be wrong. In fact, we are now up to approximately 3 times the number of protests compared to this time in 2017. We're now at not just double, we're at triple the number of protests. That's pretty great. That's that's a pretty big disparity between what your general perception of protest has been under this administration versus the last one. You know, the last Trump administration, rather. There are protests in places where I never thought to see protests. Exactly, Dragonfly. Exactly. It's a damn good start. I agree. I agree, especially considering like the Women's March during Trump last time around. Really set a bar for mass demonstrations in the United States, and we are surpassing that bar. And one thing that I would like to encourage many of you to do is to, if you're wondering, especially like, you know, why civil protest, why peaceful protest, etc. Specifically, Erica Chenoweth wrote a book called Why Civil Resistance Works. It's a really good book. I would really recommend checking it out. But basically, she goes over a bunch of the data from peaceful resistance movements throughout the years, throughout the decades, throughout time, etc. So, like, it's a good basis to build upon when it comes to our current moment. Why is peacefully protesting more effective? Which is, by the way, statistically the analysis and conclusion that Erica Chenoweth comes to. She did a lecture about it. Well, we'll have to take a look at this. Possibly in its own segment. We'll take a look at it sometime in the future. Media Breakdown, thank you for the $2 super chat, and go for it. One more spoof, indeed. But folks, stay peaceful, stay hopeful, and remember that you do make a difference when you turn out to organize. When you get one extra person to go to the protest, you are making a difference. You're building something important. So, till we organize again, folks. We are going to continue, obviously. Non-stop organizing, but you know what I mean. We're gonna make it bigger, better, badder, cooler, and more rad.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube and Swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat